add in some chords on top of our existing drums and bass. And to do this, I'm going to be showing you the chord MIDI effect within Ableton Live. And what this is going to do is allow us to turn single MIDI notes into chords, and we can easily shift these chords around the keyboard and very quickly come up with a progression. So I've already loaded in a sound that we're going to be using for this. It's the Faded Keys Drift preset. Sounds something like this. You can hear that I'm just playing single notes. I'll demonstrate this by showing you on VMPK as well. So what I'm going to be doing is loading in the chord device, and you'll see that throughout this video I'm still going to be playing single notes, but we're going to slowly build up chords. So let's close this down for now. If I come into the browser over here and go to MIDI effects and then select chord, I can drag that onto our channel. Note that it's actually on the left hand side of our instrument. As the MIDI signal comes in here, it's manipulated by a chord and then fed into our instrument. So within the chord device, we've got the 6 different shift dials here. Each of these is going to allow us to program in a different semitone amount. So this is how we stack notes on top of one another and start building chords. So let's see how this works. Firstly, I'm going to come to shift 1. I'm going to program in a value of +7 semitones. This is what's known as a perfect fifth. And what's going to happen is when I play a single note, we're going to hear now 2 notes, the original note and a note 7 semitones above at the same time. So I'm playing that E and we can clearly hear 2 pitches, the E and the note B, which is a perfect fifth or 7 semitones above. So we can keep following this principle, programming in different semitone amounts with our dials to create different types of chords. So the next thing I want to do is add in a third. So this is going to be either 3 semitones for a minor third or 4 semitones for a major third. As I'm opting for a darker feel, I'll go with 3 semitones for a minor chord. Now again, I'll demonstrate with VMPK. As we play the notes, we can hear that we've got whole chords sounding. And this is really great because we can move these around quite quickly. Now that would be quite hard to play really fast on a keyboard, moving 3 notes around with your fingers. But using a chord device like this makes it much easier. So let's add more notes to our chord. So I want something a little bit jazzier, so I'm going to add in a minor 7th. So to do this, let's come to shift 3. If I dial up 12 semitones, that gives us an octave. But by taking this octave and going from +12 down a couple of semitones to +10, we'll get a minor 7th chord. Again, just by playing a single note, I'm now getting a 4-note chord. And you can see how easy it is to shift these shapes around. And the chord device is a really, really useful tool for allowing us to create quick progressions, especially jazzy, more complex chords, where it'd be quite hard on the keyboard to move all those notes around. So what I'm going to do finally is add in this strum effect here. Currently, all the notes are hitting at the exact same time. I want to just stagger these a little bit to give it a little bit more of a realistic feel. So let's dial this in around, let's say 30 milliseconds. We can hear there's a slight delay between the notes, gives it a really nice effect. So now we've programmed our chord device, let's record in a pattern. And you'll see here, all I'm going to do is just play in single notes and we'll get a nice chord progression. So the track's armed, let's press record and get this down. So there we go. I'm just going to quickly crop the clip and then press Command A and Command U to quantize. Select my notes, adjust the velocity. And there we go, we have a chord progression. I'll go in and tidy the MIDI up a little bit later. One final thing I'd like to do is thicken out the chord a bit by duplicating the track and then transposing down an octave. So to do this, I hit Command D, and that gives me an exact copy of the track, complete with the MIDI clip, and of course our instrument and the chord device loaded. Let's double click, and I'll use Command A to select my notes, and then the shortcut of Shift and then the down arrow to pull this down by an octave. There you go, we can see that's shifted now, starting from E3, now down at E2. And lastly, let's play this all together and adjust the volumes to make sure we're not too loud. So there we go, we've created a nice jazzy chord progression just by playing in single notes and letting the chord device do the work.
Hi, my name is Ski Okafor, Head of Education and Curriculum here at Point Blank Music School in London. This is just a taster of what you can get from our free course. Head over to pointblankmusicschool.com now to access the rest of the videos.